I should preference before this video starts that we're going to be using the stream VODs for a background video. I do apologize. I know it's not professional, but I didn't want to grab a bunch of clips off of YouTube and just call it my work. So, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Tatashi, and today we are taking a look at Jak and Daxter for Retro Recall, an old classic of mine. Developed for the PlayStation 2 by Naughty Dog, it's an action-adventure platformer. Picture this. It's a Sunday afternoon and your mom takes you to a movie rental store. For you Gen Z people out there, you used to be able to rent movies and not just stream them to your phone. It was at this establishment that we found Jak and Daxter. The we being me and my sister. See, every other Sunday, my mom would take us to the rental store. We would rent video games, and this is where we got majority of our library of video games from. I had rented Jak 2, and my sister rented Jak 1. And boy, did I fuck up! But today, we're going to be talking about Jak and Daxter and the Precursor Legacy. The game was first released in North America in December of 2001. I probably didn't play it until around the time Jak 2 came out, but I digress. The story revolves around a young protagonist named, Jak, and his sidekick comedic relief partner, Daxter. After Daxter falls into a dark eco-silo on an island, called Misty Island of all places, I mean, look at the decor. Once Daxter falls into the dark eco, he becomes an Ottsel. Now, the remainder of the game consists of Jak trying to change his friend back into a human being. Or wherever the fuck they are. I don't know what they are. Give me a break. Elves? Are they elves? Once the game begins, you go to Geyser Rock to learn all the moves that you're going to learn throughout the rest of this adventure. But to move further into the adventure, you need to basically talk to the townsfolk, get some power cells. Your goal is to go from Sandover Village all the way up to Rock Village. However, Kira needs power cells for you to be able to traverse the Fire Canyon, a dangerous, treacherous place that is going to involve your hover bike. Okay, no big deal, we got that. I should probably mention this now that it doesn't say anywhere in the game that you need to go back to Misty Island for some freaking power cells. I just wanted to get that off my chest because for the longest time of me 100% completing this game multiple times, there is no reference to going back to Misty Island for those things. So, traversing the area around town, you go to Sentinel Beach, Forbidden Jungle, talk to a couple townsfolk, and grab some power cells. This kind of starting area kind of gets you established to like the rules of the game, where it's mostly just travel, collect, do errands, kind of stuff. Then we come to Fire Canyon. Oh boy! You ever like play hot potato? Except for you're racing for your life. So it's extremely hot, and your goal is to hit these air pockets that will kind of keep you cool while driving to the other end of the cavern. If you miss too many of them, your bike will overheat and explode. Oh, I should probably mention that there are multiple things that you need to collect in this game. Whether it be precursor orbs for money, which could be traded in at precursor statues for power cells, or traded with the locals, and scout flies that Kira has out that has been captured miraculously by lurkers. Lurkers are the main enemy of the game that you pretty much punch and fight your way through. I don't know. This game doesn't really explain much for kids. Yeah, no, I'm gonna hear this in the comments. Leave me alone. Once you get to Rock Village, oh no! It looks like their one friend is missing. Yeah, I forgot to mention it at this part of this video, but the whole point of this game is you need to get to Gull, who is this legendary kind of sage of Eco. But almost every other sage besides Thamos, I always get his name wrong. Thamos the Green Mage, has gone missing. blue, yellow, and red are all missing. So once you get to the blue area, which is in Rock Village, you need to turn on the teleport and rinse and repeat the process again. Yeah, no joke, you're doing the exact same thing again. You're helping out townsfolks, which in this case, they are dealing with a big giant monster in the volcanic crater blocking the path to get further up north. I should also mention here that Boggy Swamp is well hidden by the volcanic crater exit. Kind of, if you don't see it, you won't go to it. So if you're trying to 100% complete this game, oops, sorry, didn't leave you a sign. Shut up, I know it's a grape, but man, it's been eating away at me for years. This would be a really good time to talk about a lot of the side quests you gotta do. For example, back in Sandover Village, you'd have to bring the mayor about 90 precursor orbs. Your uncle, 90 precursor orbs. You'll notice in a second. You have to herd some yak into a pen. You would have to go into the forbidden jungle for a couple things. Heck, if you were going to go to Misty Island, you'd have to talk to the fisherman, collect some fish, and then he would let you use the boat to go to Misty Island and collect those other power cells that are hidden all the way over there in that island. I mean, come on, who was going to figure that one out? There was also the artist that was in town that was actually missing his muse, who was trapped on Misty Island. You just had to bring him back and he'd give you a power cell. But in Rock Village, you have to give the gambler 90 precursor orbs. And then the geologist, 90 precursor orbs. And then the warrior, 90 precursor orbs. What is going on here? Is everybody broke here? The main areas you're looking at in Rock Village is basically the Lost Precursor City, which is a bitch to get through. I am sorry, as a kid, I did not like this area. It was stress. Boggy Swamp, which was, Blinking, you kind of miss it. We've already discussed this already. But basically, it was kind of like your Florida-ish type area. It's very dangerous, but if you were able to manage to get through a lot of it, it's a pretty short area. And then finally, you have the Precursor Basin, where you use the hover bike again and do pretty much driving stuff, which was driving through rings and trying to herd mole rats back into their hole. Once you reach the top of the mountain pass, you will fight Call. It's this creature that's been terrorizing the town, basically, which caused the warrior to be pretty much a wimp and refuses to fight him again. So you basically fight him. This boss fight was actually pretty challenging for a kid, but I mean, I found it pretty enjoyable as an adult. Pretty lackluster compared to the next installment! No matter what, I'm going to have a hard time playing Jak 2, okay? This kind of leads us to that volcanic crater I was kind of referring to. Because the mountain pass is pretty much another Zoomer challenge where you're actually racing lurkers to get to the end before they explode the pathway. Probably take you about like a minute to get through it, maybe 2. Up north, you're looking at 90 precursor orbs for the miners. 90 precursor orbs for the miners. 90 precursor orbs for the miners! And you want to guess what the last one is? If you guess 90 orbs for the miners, you would be correct. I should also mention the Oracle now, which is basically a precursor head that would ask for 120 orbs, and then after that it would just dispense a power cell. Nothing more, nothing less, just something that will become more prevalent later on in the series. It's just a precursor. The somewhat final world or open segment where you'll travel to different areas and collect power cells, flies, and precursor orbs, which I should probably remind you that you need that for 100%. Fuck! Heck, if you play your cards right, you really only need like a few power cells just to get towards the ending when you get here. This game is a collectathon, but holy crap, it's a fun collectathon. Your main 2 areas boil down to Snowy Mountain and Spider Cave. In Snowy Mountain, you basically have to find a way to turn the yellow eco vent on, which you need to go back to the mountain pass to collect a hidden power cell. You have to stop 3 lurker Glacier Troopers. I don't remember, but okay. Deactivate the precursor blockers. Open a frozen crate. Get through the Lurker Fort. Open the Lurker Fort gate. Survive Lurker infested caves. And scout flies. I mean, it's a little different, but it's pretty much, if you remember Sentinel Beach, it's kind of like that. Kind of. Spider Cave's kind of the same way. You're just kind of navigating the whole cave, collecting the orbs. Though I will admit Spider Cave is a little bit more challenging in the game, but by this point in the game, it should be a cakewalk for you. You shouldn't be in Spider Cave for more than 30 minutes. At this point of the campaign, you should already have found out that Gull and Maya are corrupted by Dark Eco, and they want to open the Dark Silos and corrupt the world with Dark Eco. Samos is pretty much against it, and it's up to you as Jak and Daxter to stop them. After you get the final, 3 power cells that you really kind of need just to go to the next area, you go through the lava tube that leads to their fortress or citadel or whatever. The final boss area, which is pretty straightforward, simple. Once here, you see that all the sages, including Samos the Green Sage, is locked up. It is your job to unlock them and get them to help you fight Doll and Maya. Doll and Maya have a precursor robot that they're pretty much have behind a force field. The sages are going to turn off the force field and let you in, and then bada bing, bada boom. Oh, look at that! The final boss fight. Now, if you play your cards right and you get through this kind of like tedious boss fight, which is basically use Eco, jump off of the floor with the blue Eco, rinse, repeat, and while they open up the silo, just try to dodge every attack they have. I died a lot during the live stream, which I should probably plug right now. The VODs are on the YouTube channel. They're in the Jak and Daxter series, but if you ever want to watch us play the games live, twitch.tv/Takashi VR. I usually play VR games, but due to the mere fact that there are not that many VR games, I try to do new things outside of that. Shameless plug. Links in the link tree, links in the bio. Once you defeat Gull and Maya, they get locked away into the dark Eco Silo, and that's it. You finish the game. But if you've played your cards right and you've collected everything, you basically get a secret ending to, I don't know, Jak 2. They open the door with all the precursor orbs that you've collected and power cells and all that, and bada bing, bada boom, all they see is pure white light, hinting that there might be another game in the series. My small dumbass brain already knew that. Didn't even know if there was going to be a Jak 3, but I pretty much got Jak 3. But we're not there yet. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the comments. Tell me what your favorite Jak and Daxter game was. That includes X and Lost Frontier. If you like Lost Frontier, I swear to God. Or tell me about another franchise that you got to play that wasn't Jak and Daxter from the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PS1. You get the point. And if you like it, please subscribe. I need to know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore on my YouTube channel, okay? This was an attempt to try something new. And I thank you guys for the recall, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Just remember, love each other.